Hey guys, what is up? Hey, Jerry Green here. So I'm going to take you through kind of a little process here today about a little technique of taking pictures at a property. So really the title of this today, guys, is that, and one thing you've probably heard over the years is the title of a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Well, I'm going to tell you a picture is worth $10,000. Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. All right, so just imagine I'm out at a seller's property right now. Okay, and now I don't have my tablet right here right now on things, but if you're in a position where you're out being an acquisitions rep and you're looking at a property, or you're in a position if you have somebody that's going through a property such as an inspector or something like that, I highly recommend that they use a tablet. It's more effective on things in regards to the effects of working with the seller this way. So this is this picture that I'm going through this property here, okay? And I'm going through, and basically I'm gonna go through when I'm walking through the property, after I've set the stage, get everything set up, and I'm walking through with the seller, I'm basically walking through and learning about the property. I might stop here and take a look at the bathroom real quick. So I would walk in on things, and just again, this can be done virtually or it can be done in person. If you're doing it in person, you're doing it yourself, or one of your reps is doing this. But basically just go through and you're snapping pictures of everything in the property as you're going through. Now, if you're doing it where you're doing it virtually, you just have your inspector do that, but you give your inspector kind of some tips. One is to make sure whatever device that they're using, I always recommend having the shutter sound on. So it sounds, they can hear the sound of the picture, okay? So then if you see something that's kind of weird, that maybe needs some repairs, you just take multiple pictures. Okay, now it sounds weird on things, guys, but I'm telling you, this has a major effect on the psychology of things. So you go through. So let's walk out to another area. So just to kind of be, for time-wise, I just think I looked at a bathroom, and let's say I'm going down to another area, and this is to say it's another room of the house. I'll go in, snap some shots of certain things in here. It might be a particular area, and I'm emphasizing this, okay? And then let's just say I'm moving on to another room. And I'm going to another room here, and let's just say in this room there's some major repairs, or I see a ceiling that's all cracked, okay? Just picture the ceiling being all cracked. It might be simple repairs, but I'm taking multiple pictures of it. By just doing that little thing of the sound of the things, emphasizing it, and like I say, you don't have to be the one doing it. You can have someone else do this for you. It could be an inspector, it could be just your boots on the ground, whatever it is. But it's just training them to build up the psychology of things when you're doing the actual inspection process. Now, let's say that we've walked through the property, we've checked it all out on things, and what I'm always believe in is then taking that information and sharing it with the seller. Now again, you can do this if you're doing it in person, it's extremely powerful, or if you're doing it virtually, you can do it too, and it just be just as powerful. So if we just, instead of doing the pictures right there with them, we're actually doing it where we're sharing the photos with them and then walking them through the process of things. So now we're going in this little area here, my office real quick. A little messy because we're doing some remodeling right now, but I just want to share with you guys how powerful this can be here. All right, guys, so I'm just going to sit down here real quick. Now, just imagine here that, for one, let's just picture that let's say that I'm at a seller's house, and I'm sitting down in their kitchen with them, okay? Or it could be kitchen countertop if it's a property that's vacant. So I'm sitting down in here, and then basically what I'm going to do, and this is say these are photos of the property I just walked through. And you think, well, why are you going to show the seller that you're working with the photos of the property that they own, they already know about? Because one thing I've learned, guys, is this. I said that a picture is worth potentially $10,000 to you. You have to remember, people become numb to their own environments. Now get that. People become numb to their own environments. Think about your house. Think about things around your property that you know need repairs, but you mentally have already checked out of those. You don't even think about them anymore. But maybe your spouse will remind you of that or something. Or so if you walk into some place that you're not familiar with, at all these things pop out to you because it's new, okay? So you have to sometimes refresh that to people in even their own environments. And so what I would do is I would sit down, and I've trained a lot of people to do this, is just simply walk through photos of their subject property. So look at the bathroom stuff, you know, and you just, here you are sharing them all this information about the property, and they look at things and they say, well, that doesn't really need anything, it works fine. But guys, what you're doing is showing them actually what's going on with it. And what I have found by doing this is people appreciate things. What I'll tell them, I'll say, we do things differently. What we believe in is really being very transparent. So we'd like to show you really what we're dealing with here. So we just simply walk through the photos, show them what's going on, and they start seeing this, and it becomes more of a bigger impact because they're seeing the visual. And so the stuff that they didn't think was a big deal, or maybe they didn't even realize it needed repaired, all of a sudden it's popping out to them. It's an extremely powerful technique, guys, that can have a major impact on your price on things. And then some of the things you'll hit on, like mechanicals and stuff like that, I might go through and see like a furnace or something in there that is older, and a lot of people will say, well, that furnace works fine. And then what my common thing would be on that, well, I understand it works fine. Unfortunately, it's not about it working. It's actually, or water heater, it's at the end of its life cycle. And being that it's at the end of its life cycle, the thing is, somebody's got to have this house inspected, and it's either myself, the one that we're going to have to go through this, or if I'm going to sell it to somebody, they're going to go through in a major inspection. And this is going to be brought up, and it's going to be referenced that it's at the end of its life cycle. So let me ask you a question, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Would you rather me do these repairs, or would you rather take care of them? Okay, and they're always going to say, well, I'd rather you take care of them. Okay, great. So I think the only thing to do is really just adjust things a little bit on the price, and then that way it's fair for me. Does that sound good? Again, you can do this virtually, or you can do it in person, guys, okay? This is a quick run through on this. I train people on this a lot of times and go through a real detailed process, but just a quick tip on this. Remember, a set of pictures can be worth $10,000 or more to you guys on that. That one thing alone is a huge thing. I've got deals discounted $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 simply by bringing this stuff back out to a seller that they become numb to. And again, it works in person, virtual. Hope this helps, guys. Use it, and you'll see that you get better deals. Talk to you later.